All right, let us start at the beginning, Aquarius. We have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, you have two kings here. They're right up in on top of each other. And this is feeling the king can be someone over 30, 40. This is feeling like a person, a water person, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So this is feeling like there is either a family member, someone that's in your heart that you have either not seen too often or reconnecting with. There are some emotions around here. I'm feeling like they may have an illness or some reason that you guys have reconnected all of a sudden, and that you have kind of recommitted to either your friendship or your family connection of some kind. And this is a person that you have a really good time with. That's a lot of fun. And it looks like some of the bygones of the past you have let go, and you're starting anew with this person. And it does feel like a friendship level. It doesn't feel like a lover level, a family member friendship, something like that. But it's a reconnection of the heart with this person. And you have a lot of good times with them, kind of silly times with them, but a lot of emotions are coming up with this. So I'm feeling that this person either may have an illness, or there was some reason, kind of a sudden reason for reconnecting. And it may not be illness, it just may be something else. Anyway. But the King of Cups is definitely in your space, and it feels like a reconciliation or a recommitment to a friendship of some kind, or, connecting with your brother, your father, something like that. The Ace of Cups here is, I love the aces. The aces I call the God cards. That's when you're firmly on your path. It looks like you have been able to release some energy from the past that held you back, some legacy habits, if you will, that really weren't serving you. You're getting a little closer to your truth. You're speaking your truth a little bit more. I know Aquarians, you guys, you have a lot to talk about, but you may not talk about your feelings all that much. So it does look like you're getting more and more comfortable talking to your loved ones about your truth. It doesn't have that spontaneous punch to it anymore. You've learned to temper your words a little bit with love and kindness. You're finding a little bit more balance with yourself. And it does look like you are connecting a little bit more with the spirit of your heart and looking at the big picture of things instead of the little pictures of the journey or the little pictures on the way to the lesson. But it does feel like you've opened your heart a little bit more. You're willing to try new things, breaking some of those habits that have been almost self-conscious in your space. So it looks like you're making a conscious effort to change the things that you can change. But it looks like a couple of months ago there was some challenges for you in the heart space. And I don't mean that on a physical level. I mean that on an emotional level. And that you really have heard what people had to say to you and have made those changes and found a better flow in life for yourself and for others. So you're a little calmer, which helps, the family unit be a little calmer as well. The Nine of Cups is in here. This is feeling also like legacy stuff. So I don't know if you've cleaned up a lot of stuff with the family or taken a step back from some of the more destructive family behaviors. But it does look like you are able to reconvene in a calmer space. It does feel like there might be some money involved in this. I don't know if there's a patriarch in the family that controls money, possibly. But it looks like it brought up some emotions and you were able to get some of that anger out, find a neutral space about this, and come in when it feels more comfortable, when the main focus isn't on money and manipulation. But it does look like money and manipulation has played a role in the family dynamic for a while, and it does feel like, Aquarius, you have taken your step away from that. That really didn't serve you, and you're kind of focusing more on the emotions and the love versus the money stuff that has been used to control in your family dynamics. So the Eight of Wands, this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's when you have great ideas and they come shooting down from the heavens. It's the ability to prioritize, to really figure out what is important and what isn't, what you can get rid of. And it also is one for great ideas, kind of spontaneous, just falling out of the sky, and changes that you'd like to do. They're more and more tangible. They're more closer to you than ever before. And you can see that, you maybe you wanted to live in Iowa for a year or something like that. So whatever that dream is, it's getting closer and closer, and you're seeing how to do it by prioritizing, letting go of this, saving for that. But it does look like you have let go of some things in your life that really weren't of great importance to you, even though they were presented as such. And now the slate was cleaned, and now you're kind of looking at, all right, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? Do I want to be in this job the rest of my life? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to have kids? But it looks like all those great ideas have been just filling your head as of late. And that's in the past position, so it's probably to the point where it's starting to manifest a little bit. The King of Wands is in present time. Wands are movement. Wands can be passion, kind of fiery things. This can be a fire sign as well, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So there may be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I'm feeling that this is a person of authority. So this could be either an older sibling, a family member, father, grandfather, a boss, somebody like that. But it looks like some new demands are being put on you that really aren't working for you. So you may have to open up a conversation with this person, let them know what does work for you, and find a compromise. But it does feel like they're a little needy and a little, what's the word I want to use? Frivolous in their demands. That it's not something that really is all that important, but they're putting a lot of energy and a lot of demands on this activity or something happening right away, which it's really not that important to you. So I think that you can find a compromise and speak your truth with love and kindness. There is some healing around this conversation and some boundaries to be established. So, and that looks like it's probably happening now or has just happened recently. The Five of Cups is here. It looks like you've had to make some changes over the last year. Some things that you thought were of great importance, or people of great importance, really were not. It feels like there might have been some betrayal involved, but you've had to let some things go, and it has been emotional to you. There are some things here that you are preserving, and it feels like you are in a little bit of grief around the changes, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And new beginnings are right on the horizons with all this shift of energy, and Uranus moving into that revolutionary space for the next 7 years will really help you, because that is Uranus controls our higher mind and our higher learning and the exalted position. So even though you've had to give up some either freedoms or activities, in the long run, you will benefit from this change. What is at the basis of all this is another king. So with all these kings, I am feeling that you need to be in integrity. Your words need to be in integrity. You need to speak from the heart, put up very clear boundaries, and don't backslide into negative pattern behaviors, addictions, manipulations. whatever you have resolved or you're working on resolving, keep going forward, because all these kings are here to remind you to be in integrity, use words of wisdom, have a moral code and stick to it type of thing. But the King of Pentacles, I'm feeling this has something to do with either a raise, a promotion, or money. Finding a better way to make money, work less, make better money kind of thing. But it does feel like an opportunity. Usually, these can mean people, and an earth sign is a disc, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. It can mean celebrating a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus coming up in the future, but I'm also feeling that it means that you're taking a step up in how you make money, either a promotion as well, but it could be a celebration of someone that you hold in great regard, either a family member or someone in your heart, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. All right, we have the Six of Cups, also emotions, but it is on the positive side. So it does look like you're cleaning things out, you're making your house a happy home, you're making it welcome for others to come and join you, you're not hibernating anymore, and it may mean that you're preparing for a move that is more comfortable for you and your family as well, or even the idea of a move that is more comfortable. But for the most part, it's like getting rid of the old, cleaning up what is there, bringing in the new, and making it a comfortable, wonderful environment for you and your family. But it is some kind of redo, some kind of upgrade, whether it's painting or moving. It's some kind of upgrade to the home and the environment. The Empress is here. That also stands for great wisdom. It also can stand for pregnancy, marriage, fertility. So for those of you who are wanting to create a baby, it looks like now is a really good time. The Empress is here. It can mean also there's a baby coming to your family, Aquarius, or the nurturing or the birth of something new. The Empress usually stands for, planting the seeds and watching it grow. So it could be a new endeavor in business. It could be opening up your own business. It can be an actual baby being created, or it can stand for engagement. But it's basically watching and nurturing the seeds that grow. So could be that you're going to watch your grandchild or something like that. And for it could be starting something new and watching an idea grow. So whatever that is, Aquarius, be aware that it is a ripe time for you to start those new endeavors. The Fool is here at the top. That doesn't necessarily mean, walking off a cliff and that you've done something foolish. It usually means take a chance. Don't be afraid to look foolish. Don't repeat the foolish things of the past, but take a chance on something new. So it does feel like new things are coming to you. So if you are presented with a new idea and an old idea at the same time, take the new idea. Don't be afraid to look foolish and to try something new. Take a leap of faith. The Three is here on one side for clarity. This is usually heartbreak. It can be betrayal. It can be an affair. It also can mean grieving someone from the heart, either a relationship that has ended or someone who has physically left the planet. I don't see the Death card here right now, so I'm feeling that it's something from the past that is still living in your heart, and that you are still grieving about. So don't be afraid to take that leap of faith into the new stuff so you can replace some of that grief with some happiness, some bliss, and some joy. I know it will never change it, but it can lighten the load a little bit. It's time to release some of that grief and for you to live your best life and come into your greatness. But there is some either betrayal of the heart or the feeling of grieving, and it can be from someone who has passed over. And the other card here is another Three. So finding your balance. Threes kind of represent twos kind of represent your balance, but 3s do also. Mind, body, and spirit, finding a way to balance life and work and passions and family. And you have 3 in a triangle here. So that's very interesting. So it looks like that's something you're working on, is finding the balance between your spiritual self, your physical being, your mind, your love, and your work. So trying to find the balance and find out how that works. That's always the challenge, I think. But you're getting closer and closer. And this looks like you're expanding your dreams to include travel, letting go of things that don't work for you, letting go of relationships that didn't work for you, letting go of the grief that holds you back as well, and prioritizing what things are really important to you, what are our necessities and what are wants. So you're really kind of breaking it down to the nitty and the gritty, you know. But it does look like you want to do some things in the future. And this really does feel like travel over the ocean. Could be a European trip, could be relocating to somewhere tropical, someplace that you've always wanted to go. But allowing yourself some more joy in this world, and prioritizing and letting go of the things that really aren't necessary. But it does look like sometimes you're a little stingy with your likes and loves, that sometimes you got to live a little bit for the moment, just a little bit. Not be frivolous, but live a little bit. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't deny yourself some of the pleasures in life too much for the things that are so far in the future. So that is a reading, sweet Aquarius, for the month of May. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards, and they're one-word cards that kind of bring it on home. Passion. Okay, now it's time to make passion a little bit more important than the have-tos. You put passion on the back burner for a little bit too long. Time to reignite that passion. Spend some time with the people you truly love. Take a day off. Throw caution to the wind, kind of thing. And reignite those passions. And recovery. It's time to recover from some of the heartaches that you've had in your life, and to move past it. How that looks for you, it looks different for everyone else, but it does look like you have been really kind of constipated, or not moving out of some sadness that is no longer really valid. Know that if it's someone that has passed over into the light, they're always with you. Their lessons are always with you. Their heart is always with you. And there are angels on your shoulder whenever you need them, and you can speak to them from this plane to theirs. You won't be able to see them, maybe not feel them or hear them, but they are most definitely with you. So it's time to recover from some of the sadness that has happened in